everyone. Welcome again to Church with Olajumoke. Remember, Church with Olajumoke is a place where we talk about all things better living. All right. So, in the last episode, I promised I was going to be sharing 10 things that being married have taught me. And so, we're going to be going into it. I'm going to be doing, I think, 2 lessons per episode, so that where I have some examples I can share, or where I have some illustrations, things that happened to me I can share. We keep it real here. Right. So the very first lesson I would like to share is commitment. So I always say that in marriage, or after you have been married, you would always see somebody or you always see some things that you like in somebody else that your spouse probably does not have. So you would probably see somebody that is more prettier or more beautiful than your spouse, or more handsome than your spouse. You would see someone that is more intelligent than your spouse, or someone that is more hardworking. You see somebody that is more dedicated to things. You see somebody that has more drive than your spouse. You would always see something in somebody else that your spouse does not have. And so it's commitment that keeps you in that relationship. There are times when the butterflies that you're feeling, or you were feeling before you got married, you might not even feel the butterflies. And if you got married because of the butterflies, or you got married because of the way the person looked or something, you will probably fall out of love from that person. And so what keeps you going in marriage is commitment, that you are committed to this person, that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this person. That's what keeps you going in marriage. Like I said earlier on, if you capitalize on beauty, especially for women, when she's pregnant and she's swollen all over and she's not as beautiful as she used to be, what will you do? Will you run away? Or would you start dating somebody else? Or would you cheat on her because she's not looking like that? Or maybe the man is going through midlife crisis and is not the happy chummy person that you knew, and then you feel like, this is not the person I married, and then you're afraid, you want to start seeing people outside. So what am I saying in essence? Commitment, being committed to that person that you are married to, is what makes that marriage. Being committed, despite whatever the circumstance may be, despite what may come at you, you are committed to this person and say, despite all of this, I am committed to you and I'm going to love you. Marriage is work. I was telling my friends some days ago that marriage is a lot of work. You need to put work into it. You cannot just say you're married and then you just sit down and fold your hands and say, okay, so I am married, and expect the marriage to just work. No, you have to put a lot of work, and that's where commitment comes in. You have to put a lot of work in spending time together. You have to put a lot of work in spicing up your marriage. That's where commitment comes in. And so you need to be committed to your spouse. That's what is going to keep that marriage, not the beauty, not the finance, not the way the person looks, not his handsomeness or whatever. Commitment would make the marriage work or stay. So the second lesson I want to share is that men think differently from women. And so the earlier we get this, the better for us. This would help you have less friction in marriage. So when you know that, okay, so as a woman, a man doesn't think the way I think, and as a man, a woman doesn't think the way I think this would help us to reach a balance when we have issues or arguments. So I'm going to share an example. So my husband went an extra mile to get something from somebody, and I was thinking that, okay, I wouldn't have thought ordinarily that you're going to get something from this particular person. Why would you go to this person? In fact, if you're mentioning the list of people that you're going to get something from, I would never have thought that this person is going to be part of this of them. And I was wondering, why this person? And I was thinking about other things, and it was saying that I swallowed my pride. I went through all of this, to do that. And at the end of the day, I sat down and I was thinking that, okay, so he has a point. Now, there was an argument, but I had to sit down and look like, okay, so he has a point. His point was that he did some things. He went the extra mile, to provide that thing that we needed at that point in time. Instead of me to appreciate it I was looking like, why would you go and do this to this why would you go to meet this particular person? And so what am I saying in essence? Women think differently from men. Men think at the spots. Okay, what can I do to provide a solution? Women think about every other thing that is surrounding those things. And so the sooner we understand that men think differently from women, there will be less friction in marriage. And so when you have an issue, when you have a scenario, or when you have something that comes, look at it. Okay, so what if I was a man? How would I think? That would most likely reduce the friction that we have. And so those are the two lessons I'm going to be sharing today. I don't know if any of those things that I said make sense. Number one is commitment. Number two, know that women don't think the way men think. And so men also note that men don't think the way women think. So when issues play out, when something happens, try to think about it from the point of view of your spouse. So that's it for this episode. We'll continue again next time. I hope this has been enlightening. Thanks for being a part of Chatting with Olajumoke. Till I see you again next time, don't forget to keep keeping it real. Bye-bye.